Dude, honestly, this whole Timothée Chalamet thing has got to be the lamest event of 2026 thus far. Honestly. Because, in case you haven't heard, everybody's mad at him. Well, at least, like, the entire opera and ballet community. Because it's something he said 1 month ago. I'm not even joking. Look, it's all over the news. It's all over social media right now. People are saying he's being canceled. I don't know about that. I personally don't follow his career, but what I can say is I watched the Good Morning America clip, and it shows it all. He was being interviewed, I believe, about his most recent movie, Marty Supreme, which was released on December 25th, 2025, Christmas Day. And he was being interviewed about it, and this is what he said, word for word. I admire myself, and I've done it myself, to go on a talk show and go, hey, we need to keep movie theaters alive. You know, we gotta keep this genre alive. And I don't want to be working in ballet or opera, you know, things where it's like, hey, keep this thing alive, even though it's like no one cares about it anymore. All respect to the ballet and opera people out there. He immediately said all respect to them, and y'all are taking it. This is just crazy to me. Alright. Sometime recently, after he received backlash, he mentioned he grew up backstage at the New York City Ballet. His grandmother, his mother, his sister, they all danced the New York City Ballet. He's very well aware of that community and that lifestyle. He's been around it. Why would he... Look, to me it just seems like, honestly, he was just saying that it's something he didn't want to do personally. I didn't get the full context. I did not watch the entire interview. Maybe I should have, but I don't think any of you out here who are spreading the rumors about it did either. And honestly, I'm pretty sure that the New York City ballet people and all of them, they probably didn't get the full context either. But based on his tone, nothing seemed to be said with malice. Nothing seemed to be, aggressive. He even, gave exaggerated gestures. He was like, something we just don't want to keep alive. What's the point? Nobody likes it. He was joking, dude. Literally take a joke. Have you ever seen the Johnny Carson show? Give it a chance. People joke like that all the time. People, all throughout history on talk shows, they say things that they don't really mean in a joking manner, hoping that people will understand it's a joke, right? That's just how people are. And especially on a talk show, it's an environment, or really any sort of interview with a celebrity, they like to keep it casual. They like to break the ice, make it not so serious. They're tired of talking about their job all the time. They want to reach out to an audience, and usually humor is the best way to get yourself out there and to feel relatable with an audience. And let's be fair here, most people don't listen to opera or go to ballets. Now, alright, for example, the region in America that I live in, I will not disclose, but if I go into town right now and I ask 50 people, would they rather go watch a new movie or go to see a ballet? I can guarantee you at least 98% of those people will tell you, if not more, that they want to see the movie. Right? It takes a specific kind of person likes to see ballet and opera. It's not that it's bad. It's a specific type of person that likes this thing. It is objectively not as popular as cinema. Everyone likes to watch movies. Most people. And there's a variety of movies. So it gives people a wider range of what to watch. So with Marty Supreme, 50% of the audience was Gen Z. That was the audience that gravitated towards that movie. It's a new movie with young actors. I don't necessarily know the plot, but, half of the audience was Gen Z, a younger audience. And the larger audience of ballet has always been seniors. It's always been, people in, I believe, in more northern part of America, like New York. That's why the New York ballet is such a big deal. That's why it's the most renowned one. And everywhere you go in every part of the country, you'll find people who do have an interest in it, but it's just not going to be as popular as, hey, have you seen that movie, right? There's so many different genres of film. Everyone watches movies. It's easily accessible. You can rent a movie or you can watch a movie for free on Amazon Prime or on YouTube. Movies are just so widely accessible, whereas going to a ballet is not just it's not just watching something, it's an experience. You have to really appreciate it in an artistic way. I think in some ways there is a cultural language barrier. There's just this hype around ballet that's quiet, analytical, artistic. You have to appreciate it. You have to look at it and interpret it rather than just watch it at face value and get a kick out of it. There's something, more quiet and introspective about it. And some people enjoy that, but most people just want quick entertainment. They want something that they don't have to dig into to enjoy. So there is definitely a larger audience who enjoys film over ballet. He's not saying that ballet's bad, he's just saying that it's not a popular thing. That's why he's like, oh, why must we keep this alive? Right? Keeping it relevant, because it really feels like it's struggling to stay relevant to the majority of people who don't attend it. And I'm quite sure that there's a lot of evidence that there are so many people that do enjoy it. But overall, we can't argue that more people like movies than ballet. It's just a fact. And it's not that it's a bad thing. It's not that ballet is a bad thing, and I don't think he was saying it like that either. Y'all are taking it out of proportion. Now, why wait a whole month to make a big deal out of this? That's a good question. Because the Oscars are coming up. The Oscars is a very political campaign. And just like any form of politics, people will take whatever they can to throw that at somebody to keep them from winning the election. Just like Timothée Chalamet, they're trying to get him from, receiving the Oscar for the movie. So whatever resources they can dig up to make him look like a bad person, get him canceled, or that's a conspiracy. Realistically, this is what I think. Don't come crying at me about this. I used statistics. I did light research. Look, all you gotta do is a few Google searches for this stuff, and you'll find quite easily what's going on here. I think the ballet community is insecure. Typically, when somebody receives some sort of playful criticism, not even something serious, they feel the need to react aggressively because part of them realizes that it's true. They're insecure about that and they don't want people to confirm it. So, I did some research about the movie Marty Supreme and the New York City Ballet in general, as that is who we are at war with. Marty Supreme was a decent movie. I didn't watch it, but the reviews were overall good. So, they were 93% on Rotten Tomatoes. It was a 7.8 out of 10 on IMDb. And 82% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. So, the majority of people who watched the film genuinely liked it. And as far as what it's grossing, I don't necessarily know what it's called, what it means, but A24's highest grossing of all time movie. And it got $147 million globally since its release date, which was Christmas Day 2025. And 93 million of that was in North America, which is what we're talking about. Now, how good the movie was, I think, is really irrelevant, but I just wanted to add that, because that does have a lot to do with the attraction of the movie will determine how many people are going to come to the theater, watch it, buy it, spend money, and how much he's getting out of that. That really shows, the quality of the attraction. Now, if you look at the statistics, New York City Ballet has earned $84 million in the time between 2024 and 2025. That was publicly released. That statistic was publicly released at the end of 2025. Now, from Christmas to now, there is no public indication of how much they've earned. Typically, around Christmas, they do earn a lot of money because the Nutcracker is something that people really flock to. But think about it. Alright, Marty Supreme, 2025, Christmas Day, the end of the year, and from then until now, it's received $147 million globally. That's $93 million in North America. If you just want to count North America, $93 million were spent in North America of people watching this movie. That was just from Christmas until now. Between 2024 and the end of 2025, that's a whole year, New York City Ballet only earned $84 million. So, in 3 months, Marty Supreme has earned a fairly decent amount of money over what New York City Ballet has earned in a year's time. 3 months compared to a year's time. That's $147 million globally compared to $84 million globally. It's uncanny. New York City Ballet is not profiting from an audience nearly as much as Timothée Chalamet. That's my evidence to support my claim that the New York City Ballet is feeling inadequate. And they're trying to use it against him because for some whatever reason, whoever may be, in charge of the organization doesn't want him to receive the Oscar. I don't know, it's kind of a stretch. It's sort of a bit of a conspiracy. I don't really care about it that much. But I think it's interesting when somebody reacts in such a way to something that's really harmless. Like, all he said, he was joking. He didn't say, oh my god, I freaking hate ballet. It's the crappiest performance ever. It's so stupid. Why do people even go? He was just saying, like, I didn't want to do something like ballet, right? I didn't want to do something that's like, oh my god, why are we keeping this alive? I wanted to do something popular that people were going to see. That's basically all he said, and they took it. A month later, took it out of context, and we were like, actually, we have thousands of fans. People come to our show all the time. In fact, we're actually going to make our ticket prices cheaper, so it's more accessible. Use the code Timothy. Yeah, that's probably why people don't go, too, because it's expensive, and it's just so much easier to access a movie rather than a ballet. It just feels very exclusive. It doesn't feel inclusive or welcoming at all. And I will say I appreciate ballet dancers and I appreciate opera singers. That takes skill. Honestly, and it's been proven, there are some really bad actors that still earn so much more money than ballet dancers just because films are popular, right? To think about it though. You've been hearing about this movie for like months, and you're waiting all Christmas. You're like, there's this hype. You're like, oh man, this is gonna be such a good movie. The previews look good. And then you pay before you see it. You pay to see the movie, and then regardless if the acting or the movie was even good, you've already paid that money. So as long as the hype is good, that movie's gonna earn a lot of money. Whereas with ballet, it's just kind of either you get it or you don't. And it's like, it's gonna be good. They're gonna bring it every time. It's exclusive and it's more expensive. But if you appreciate it, you'll want to go. But it's just not like it's just kind of like fast fashion, right? Get it before it's gone. Everybody's wearing this. It's trending, but it's crap. The quality does not equate to the popularity, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So there's no hate for Timothée, and there's no hate for the New York City Ballet. I think they both do an excellent job at doing whatever it is they do. Ballet is an art form. It's very skillful. Not everybody can be Little Miss Twinkletoes, and not everybody can sing, right? Like, that's just how it goes, man. And so I think really take it how you see it. But I do honestly think 100% that New York City Ballet got a little bit jealous. They felt a little bit insecure. They're like, oh God, he's calling me out. We gotta say something. And so they're like, think fast. What are we gonna do? Promo code Timothy. That's what we're gonna do. We are going to get him canceled. He will no longer be an Oscar nominee. Nah, I don't know. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. And if you like the video, stick around. I got more coming up. And let's build a community. Let's have conversations. Let's go live.